So a couple I want to look at, I obviously want to point out Sunni. We've been watching this one for a long time, and 810 was the low on the market crash, and that is the must-hold level for Sunni. Otherwise, we are going to drop lower. And we have a low pre-market of 813, and then another low of 815. So we'll see how we open. If we break 810 and $8 psychological support, we will know that the bulls are still not showing up in Sunni. I also want to look at the hemp legislation we're watching. After signing off with the webcam at about 10:30 this morning, I'm going to be doing everything I can to try and get audio of the congressional hearing, or whatever it is called, but it'll be read on the floor, and we will see if this amendment is in the bill, and if we can get a vote passed on that. We'll be following that closely to start this week. Let's check out IBB. On the 5-minute chart, we had a low pre-market of 305.56. Looking over at the daily chart, you can see that the biotechs have been fairly beaten down, and Friday we had a low of 304.56. So 304.56 is support. If that breaks, there is nothing stopping it from the low on the market crash, which was 284.16. So a big gap, or a big window of further downside there if we lose the low of the day on Friday. RSI is currently 30.78, so a level to keep your eye on. We also have the 20-period moving average support of 307.70. That's exactly where we're trading right now. And want to break this little high back here of 308.28 to get an uptrend going with higher highs. Checking out Disney for John. We have the 20-period moving average resistance that we recently pulled back from. That's 99.87. We also have psychological resistance of 100 even. That's going to be a key one to keep your eye on as well. Looking at the daily chart, we have a low on Thursday of 99.24, a low on Friday, a higher low of 99.58. So we'll see if we can form a third higher low today. And if not, if 99.24 support is lost, we are not seeing anything until down to 96.26, so some more downside there as well. Stocks are definitely looking weak after the Fed announcement and the significant pulling back, losing moving average support, and eventually there's going to be no more moving average support, which will indicate we could come down and test the market crash lows, potentially a double bottom, or if that support is lost, there is more downside and an indication that we could be entering a bearish market. Thank you for that link, Ray. Looking at Netflix. 20-period moving average resistance has knocked down the price all pre-market. That level is 101.49. Let's check out the daily chart to see what kind of key support and resistances we have. I know it closed just over the middle Bollinger Band support on Friday by a couple pennies. That level is 102.17, currently resistance. 100-day moving average support is 186, so that is the key level to hold. If we lose 186, we will come down to psychological support of 100. And after that, if we close below 100, it's going to look like 97.50 will be tested on Netflix. PayPal, PYPL. 5-minute chart, steady downtrend this morning, currently trading at 33.34. Looking at the daily chart, the middle Bollinger Band resistance is 34.08. We have the 10-day moving average as resistance at 33.70, and the low on Friday was 33.50. So looking like we might set a lower low. The past 4 days we have had higher lows on PayPal, so that was a bullish sign, but breaking that trend, currently 33.34. We could test support of 33.19, which was the low on September 22nd, and after that we have support down at 32.55. So PayPal looks like it was close to starting to get an uptrend going. We will see if these lows hold. Needs to get over the middle Bollinger Band on the daily chart. Could get interesting if we do start to see the bulls show up, as it is consolidating fairly nicely, but today might be a little setback in that trend. HRTX. Currently $31. We have the 100-period moving average resistance at 33.41, 20-period support at 30.73. Let's look at the daily chart. See how oversold this is. Zach is looking for a short entry. Well, we have two very bearish days, Thursday, Friday, going from $41 all the way down to $30. So I would say that you might have missed the boat on this one. The stock has dropped over 25% in 2 days. So we have support of the low on Friday at 30.06. And then we have the 100-day moving average support of 29.26 coming up below that. But I would be cautious entering a short after such a drastic move. Currently trading below the lower Bollinger Band. Same thing, if we're trading above the upper Bollinger Band, I'm not going long on a stock. If we're trading below the lower Bollinger Band, I'm not going short on the stock. The risk to reward isn't there in my opinion. QQQ. On the 5-minute chart, we have the 100 period moving average resistance. It's very similar looking to SPY here. Had a high of this peak this morning at 102.48. Another high of 102.60, so it did set a higher high, but getting rejected by this 100 period moving average resistance. Currently holding the 20 period moving average support. That level is 102.30. So it's going to be a battle between that support and 100 resistance, 102.63. Pulling up the daily chart. On Friday, Thursday and Friday, looks like we have a little double bottom there. Thursday low was 102.27. Friday low was 102.28. So that is must hold support. We are currently a couple cents above that. If we break that level, we are coming down to the low of September 4th. 101.34 is support there. So that's a must hold double bottom seen Thursday and Friday. 102.27. Nice, Zach. Hopefully you are riding the profits there of HRTX, and I would keep obviously a close eye as it is getting oversold. Not on the RSI on the daily chart, but definitely that strong a drop in 2 days. A bounce could be coming. Let's look at BABA here. 7 minutes until the market opens. BABA has 20 period moving average support of 58.78, and the resistance is all the way up at 59.39. Let's see on the daily chart where we closed on Friday. Currently trading at 58.80. The low on Friday was 58.92, so looking like a little bit of a gap down. Must hold support is the $58 line we saw on the market crash hold as support, and then we also saw that Thursday hold as support. So 58 is a absolute must hold for BABA. Google. 20 period moving average resistance is up at 639.68, so looking like Google is opening fairly significantly lower. Let's check out where we closed on Friday on the daily chart. We had a low of 639.65, so a little bit of a gap down coming this morning. Lower Bollinger Band support is 628, and we have support on September 4th from 626.50, so looking like we could see a little bit more downside here. We just had a bearish MACD cross on the daily chart 2 days ago. Increased volume yesterday on the downtrend is not a good sign for the bulls. So definitely want to see some more consolidation and for some bullish reversal candlesticks to form. We have resistance of the middle Bollinger Band at 651.29. UGAZ, 6 minutes until open here. Currently trading at 788, up big from Friday. 20 period moving average support is 778. Looking at the daily chart to see where we're going to find some moving average resistance. The high on Thursday was 756, so we're well above that level. 10-day moving average is 781. We're above that as well. Middle Bollinger Band resistance is 810. And that's going to drop down with the open here, but that is the current resistance level we are watching. Nice bounce up after the double bottom. Thursday low was 690, Friday low was 694, so a higher low. A hammer bullish reversal candlestick seen on Friday after we couldn't confirm the green hammer seen on Thursday, looking like we're going to confirm the bullish reversal today. AMBA. Below the 20 period moving average on the 5 minute, 57.98 is resistance, looking like we are down significantly from Friday, and I can say that because the 100 period is so much higher than where we are currently trading. So let's check out the daily. We had a low of 58.36. That wasn't the low. The low was 58.23. So gap down, no support in sight for AMBA. Looking at the weekly chart to see where we could potentially find some support. And I am looking at, let's see here, we got $55 support, and after that coming down to $48. So not a whole lot. Definitely getting beat up by the bears and not a whole lot of support. Oversold on the daily chart, so we'll be looking for bullish reversal candlesticks, but as of right now there is more red in sight. Tesla's holding up pretty well compared to everything else here pre-market. 20 period moving average support of 256.20. We want to see a higher high if you're bullish over this 257.20. I know we have a lot of moving averages as support on the daily and weekly chart. I'm going to pull that up right now and see what we're looking at. On the daily chart, we have 100-day moving average support of 253.77, 50-day moving average support of 252.84, and middle Bollinger Band 253.25. So on the daily chart, 253s are a must-hold support level for Tesla, and on the weekly chart, we have the middle Bollinger Band at 254.84. So those are all supports. We hit a low pre-market of 255.37. But after closing on Friday at 256.91, you can see we're only down 30 cents, which compared to everything else is holding up significantly better. LABU, 20 period moving average resistance of 20.87, looking like we have another stock that is down significantly from where it closed on Friday. Friday we had a low of 19.80 and a close of 21.64. So 19.80 is must-hold support. That is a nice double bottom from the market crash as well, so that could be a good one to watch if we see the $20 support level hold and some bullish reversal candlesticks to form. LABU, I'm actually going to write that down right now because I'm liking what we could potentially see there as a setup. So if you could keep your eye on that and keep us informed, VJ, that would be appreciated. I'll get to you, Zen. I try and get everybody's individual before I go back and do double ups. So EAT hasn't asked for one yet. We'll do XPO and then PIR. Not much pre-market volume, 23.50. Looking at the daily chart on Friday, we had a low of 23.08, closed at 23.57. So that's one that is oversold. XPO, 8 red days in a row, increasing volume, 21 RSI, trading below the lower Bollinger Band. Pulling up the weekly chart, looking for further out support. And not seeing it. We have 200 week moving average resistance at 25.66, but the RSI on the weekly chart is 20. So that's another one I'm going to write down. Please keep your eye on XPO for us, EAT, and we'll be looking for bullish reversal signs. Alright, market's opening in a minute here. PIR, currently 750, not much pre-market action. Looking at the daily chart, nice gap down. RSI is 12 on the daily chart, so a low of 684 is support. Currently trading at 750. Resistance is 774. So if we see a break of 774 for PIR, there could be more upside. So here's the Opal. Tesla is the only green. As I pointed out, looking stronger than most here pre-market. We'll keep our eye on SPY. Hemp here just opened at 5 cents, and there is not a lot of bid support there at all, so that breaking would be a big red flag in terms of caution. That is a key level to hold. SPY, we're watching the 100 period moving average resistance of 191.98. And just a reminder that SPY is the gauge of the overall markets, the S&P 500. 20 period moving average support is 191.56. So those are the two levels we are watching, 191.56, 191.98. SUNY has a low of 822. We'll be seeing if that 810 mark can hold. Look at the spread on hemp right now. We have a 10% spread from the bid and the ask. So that is a lack of volume right there. And potentially, if you are confident and looking to start to shop for shares for hemp, perhaps a 0.0501 bid, you can get as low as that. Trying to fish for some bids there. So keep your eye on GoPro. 32 is an essential must-hold level. If we get a close below 32, we'll be looking for more downside on GoPro, but it has held it multiple times here thus far. So lots of red here today. We see SPY is coming down to test the third higher low seen pre-market in the last hour of trading in pre-market. That low was 191.37. Currently trying to maintain the 20 period support. We still have 3 minutes to go, so we'll see if it can close above it. PCLN is down significantly, $75 from its high on Friday. SUNY 20 period moving average need to turn 827 into support. Not liking this upper wick so far. We'll see where the candlestick closes. GoPro lost 32 support. It's all about where it's going to close. And SPY is trying to maintain 191.55 support. So I'm looking at the daily chart of GoPro to see the lows that we've seen when it does dip below 32. It has dipped below 32 twice and maintained it by the end of the day both times. We had a low of 31.32 and a low of 30.55. So we'll see if the bulls can keep that pattern and close above 32, and if not, we'll be looking for more downside. So SPY is looking bearish here to start, but it is still very early, only 3 minutes into the day. Would like to see things settle down a bit. Tesla holding up better than anything else I'm watching. So GoPro's dropping back significantly now. This might be an oversold bounce here on the 5-minute chart. RSI is 26. Currently trading with a low of 31 even. So 30.55 is the only support we're looking at from here, besides 31 psychological, which just held. Nice long lower wick on Tesla holding the 20 period moving average support. 258.64 is the 100 period resistance. There's Hemp's 0.0501 bid, wondering if that's someone in the chat room that I mentioned. Anyone entering hemp now hopefully understands the risk here. We don't know if this vote is going to pass or if the amendment is on it. We've been told that the amendment will be added, but we definitely don't have the green light yet until that vote goes through and we have proof of it passing. So SPY is continuing bearish. Lost the 20 period moving average support. Now coming down, we have a low here of 191.27, currently breaking that low, and the low seen pre-market was 190.98, so that is the must-hold level. Tesla continuing up, only bullish stock I am looking at currently. Doing really well now, breaking into a new high. Let's see what that 100 period moving average resistance is on the 5 minute, busting right through it, 258.60. We'll see if it can hold it on a back test of that support, but Tesla is looking more bullish and bucking the trend of the markets here. Breaking over all the highs pre-market. Tesla 10-day moving average resistance is 260.39. That is a big bounce on GoPro. Got oversold very quickly and bounced off psychological 31 even support. So SPY 20 period moving average resistance now is 191.55. Definitely a bearish start to the day here for the markets, and it's going to be all about this 100 period moving average resistance, which knocked the price down multiple times this morning. So looking like Tesla pulled back under that 100 period moving average resistance. We'll be watching that level going forward. TTPH is trying to break $9. And just saw a significant drop in TTPH, so not a whole lot of bullish activity there. 836 was the must-hold level. And Tesla significantly pulling back here as SPY is driving up. So SPY and Tesla are not trading in unison. Resistance for SPY is 191.55. We'll see if it can get back over that level. You get 9% ET. REGN. Resistance is the 20 period 486.16. The daily support 50 level to watch as long as we keep closing above it. For REGN and resistance is 490. We'll say, from the support that was seen on September 1st and 2nd. Near the better period moving average resistance into support is a bullish sign. That support is 639.05. You can see for stocks like with that, since 644 is resistance on the 30-minute chart. So always make sure if you're playing in a stock to be checking all of the time frames. Mobilize looking time frame. 29, low today was 43.20, so it might be seeing some support here. Resistance is 46. It's 92, 200-day moving average, strong resistance. Support on the Sunni did set a new low of 819. We're watching that 810 support very closely. This wick hit the higher day resistance, 102.92, and then a high of 102.89. So that is some resistance right there we'll be watching. Period moving average support is currently 102.54. New high 5-minute chart. At 103.56. RSI is at 70, so approaching overbought. Moving average started. For potentially some bullish moves. But as of right now, we are still leaning bearish because that it just did set a high. 835 was the previous high, made a new high by a penny, so that's still a little bit of resistance there. We want to see a clear, defined break. And for Sunni, just like everything else, it's 100 period moving average resistance on the 5-minute chart. 848 currently. Tesla is up at its high of day, as is Netflix. To winning else there. 250s are tough right now for Tesla, but it did turn that 100 period into support, as did Netflix. Netflix approaching 103 sites. I witnessed 100 period. HUN had an RSI under 4, very oversold. Low 1140. We're watching now for bullish candlestorm. Here to 16. Very brutal downtrend for the past many months. On the weekly chart, RSI is 16 as well, so this stock is extremely beat up. 1168 is the lower Bollinger Band support on the weekly chart. So definitely a lot of caution warranted here. Keep our eye on it. I want to write it down. I never suggest going all in, but everybody is welcome to do what they want. Rejected of mistake 1, a break of that low would be bearish. TTPH back green. We have a high of day at $9 psychological resistance. Need to turn that into some Bollinger Band, losing some ground. Going to test the low of the day. 191.16. $74. Testing now that 100 period support 102.53. SPY did set a new low of day, not by much, but still in that bearish downtrend. Next support, watching $31 as well. Apple fell off a cliff. Let's see where we have support there on the daily and weekly charts. RSI is under 27. Middle Bollinger Band 13. We have support from Thursday's low of 112.37. Sunni, you can see that 810 broke and we just dropped off a cliff all the way down to $8. So Sunni is 1.6 stock. Now setting new lows. If we were to close above 810, it would still be support. But as of right now, not a good looking stock. For the bulls, that is. The break of 810 was a great short for the bears, getting 15 cents in less than a minute. As SPY came down to 190.88 as well. Definitely bearish to start the day for the markets. Breaking the pre-market low. We are now looking at 190.56 support, which is the Thursday low, and if we break that, the markets will also be in trouble. Sunni, there's no support to find. We had the 810 low from the market crash, which is the original bounce we played, and we are now below that. Let's zoom out years ago on the weekly chart to see where we could find some previous price action. And from years ago, I am looking at just above $7. Well, we got some resistance up here. Hold on a second. 835, 841, 833. So 835. Oh, wait. We are below that. Never mind. That is resistance. So we are now looking at 624. There's not a lot of support here. Sunni is in a lot of trouble. Unless it can close above 810 and have a nice lower wick. A low of day test as well. Lots of work for SPY to become bullish on the day. So BIIB did set a lower low on this candlestick. That was a bearish indicator after getting rejected from this resistance. You can see that's exactly the resistance that is being played. And we are now looking to see if we're going to test this double bottom. 277.59 is a must-hold level. As SPY is setting a new low of day, the bears are continuing here, down over 1% now. Support is 190.56. As Sunni is continuing down as well. Let's see if we're going to get an oversold RSI bounce here. RSI is currently 27, so we'll be watching. If we see a fast drop off, could be a nice bounce there. Checking out Groupon daily chart. That is one oversold stock as well. The market crash low was 353. As you mentioned, we are currently below that. Not seeing support for a long time on Groupon on the weekly chart, but very, very oversold on multiple time frames, so writing it down to keep an eye on it. We'll be looking for bullish reversal signs on the daily candlestick chart, but until we see that, we're certainly staying on the sidelines with Groupon. SPY continuing to sell off, as is Sunni. Groupon, nice higher low here. Let's see if we get a higher high, or not Groupon, sorry, HUN. The high of the previous candlestick was 11.59. High of this candlestick is 11.59, so that is resistance. Want to maintain this higher low pattern here. RSI is 14, so we could see a nice bounce. SUNY RSI is now 25. We'd like to see a nice drop, nice quick drop here to give us an opportunity to hop in on a bounce. BIIB did set a new low, but we are seeing a bullish reversal candlestick forming here. Lots of time left in this candlestick, but as of right now it is maintaining that 278 support. We saw 3 candlesticks here on the 5-minute chart dip below 278, and all 3 were able to close above it. So we'll see if that pattern can keep up. BIIB is still RSI 34, so not oversold on the 5-minute chart. Let's see what the RSI is on the daily. Still 32, so still room to drop here. But it's all about 278 right now and where this candlestick closes. Seeing some pressure in hemp as we see the asks keep dropping lower and not a whole lot of support on 5 cents. So if we break 5 cents support, we could see a quick drop down to 4.6 or something like that, as it is a key level on the chart. And nobody knows about this legislation. And we don't even know if it's going to pass or happen, so we should know shortly. EAT, that is when they start the session. I don't know if it'll be the first bill that goes through, but I will be doing my best to listen in live after I get off of the webcam. So BIIB is looking like it's not going to be able to maintain that 278 support, and RSI is still 33, so there is more downside potential. And we have SPY here testing the low of the day. SUNY testing its low of day. Markets are bearish. SUNY, the RSI is 25, still waiting for some bullish reversal candlesticks there. SPY did maintain a double bottom of 190.70, so we'll be watching that level, currently testing it again. Just broke it by a penny and a half, and there is a new low. Bears are in control today. To start, that is. Just saw some news for Netflix flash across the screen. Something about licensing. We'll see if we see any reflection in the stock price, but with it currently at its lows, not looking likely. PCLN has dropped $85 from the high on Friday, I believe we were up at 1,300. Let's see where we have support on PCLN as we are quickly dropping. Gap down, we have the 100-day moving average at 1218.90, currently below that. I'm looking at support on September 1st low of 1207.09. Check back in with HUN. Seeing that strong resistance of 1159, 1160 range, and dropping back down to test the low of the day, it appears. Tesla still the only green on my screen. Sunni selling off hard here. This might be our opportunity for that oversold bounce I was looking for. RSI is now 22, low of 770. We'll see what kind of candlesticks we get forming. Volume is coming in fairly quickly on this sell-off. So we're testing 770 for a second time. See if we get a little double bottom. Just held. Here's a third test. The bulls and the bears are battling right here at this key level 770, looking like the bears are going to win, and there's the break. Coming down further, RSI is now approaching 20. Ask at 770 was fairly big, so 770 is now resistance. Big ask at 767 now. That just got bought up, but lots of bouncing around here, mid 760s. RSI is still dropping. You can see the increase in volume here is bearish. So RSI is now under 20. There will be a bounce. We are watching 750 psychological support. Get ready to cover those quickly, Zen, because we are oversold now under 19 RSI. 751 is the low. 750 is psychological support. So we'll see now if we come down and test this 751 low. If it holds again, that'll be a strong showing of the 750 psychological support. RSI is 18. And looking like 753 was just the low touched right now, which is higher than 751 obviously. Looking like this might be the line in the sand for a little bit of an oversold RSI bounce, but still too early to tell as we don't have a bullish reversal candlestick. New low of day for GoPro. And here is the little bit of a bounce on Sunni, up 10 cents right now. Great trade, Zach. So here is Sunni coming back down. We'll see if we get a double bottom at 751. Still no bullish reversal signs on candlesticks, as we have SPY dumping off hard. I will look at REGN in a second here. SPY is approaching oversold as well. Broke the 190.56 support level. And Sunni is breaking its low, setting new lows, so coming down even further. That is why we wait for bullish reversal candlesticks to form. RSI back to 17. And this is a major dump short attack on Sunni. Down 12% now. Without a doubt, it will bounce. We're just waiting to find the right timing. So REGN, if I can type, wow. We've got resistance, the 20 period moving average. We can see on the biotechs that has pulled it back. Same with BIIB, 483.85. For BIIB, the resistance is 281.87. The low of this candlestick was 276.57, 276.70, 276.58. So seeing some support there. Everything is dumping hard with this SPY dump. And Sunni is getting more and more oversold, which means it is more and more attractive for a bounce. RSI now 16. Big support at 740. Let's see how that reacts. Getting chipped away. Slowly but surely getting chipped away. We'll see if the bulls can hang on to this level or not, if there are even any bulls still around. So it just held 740. Watching for bullish reversal candlesticks to form there. So a new low for HUN. No signs of a bullish reversal there. Lots of red in the markets today, and Tesla is the shining star standing out unfazed. So nice little lower wick here. We will be watching to see how the candlestick forms. You can see the 4 period exponential moving average. This red line has driven the price down the past 20 minutes. GoPro $31 does appear to be some nice strong support. Sunni, a lower wick is forming. The 4 period exponential moving average resistance is the level we are watching. TTPH is quickly approaching its must hold 836 support. Let me just confirm that is the right level. The low on September 10th was 831, so good thing I checked. 831 is the must hold for TTPH. So watching Sunni here to see if the bulls can gather any steam. Coming back down potentially to test 740. I would like to see a nice double bottom support. Makes me more confident in a bounce. RSI still under 17. Looking for a higher low to be set, and then once we see some higher highs come in, we will know that the bulls are around. SPY continuing to sell off, which isn't helping. We'll be watching SPY for bullish reversal candlesticks as well to potentially signal Sunni is ready for a bounce. Oversold RSI 27 on SPY. 30 minutes in a row of red. Looking at the daily chart of SPY, and it is not looking pretty for the bulls. Lower Bollinger Band support of 190.03. And this is the follow through we saw from SPY closing below the 100-week moving average support, turning that into resistance, and now seeing the bearish follow through from that happening. So I'm looking at September 1st low on SPY of 189.74. And after that, there is a significant amount of room for more drop, as Tesla is now seeing the hurt as well, setting low of day. The bears are in full control. So if you're wanting to play a Sunni bounce, you're watching Sunni and SPY. BIIB is now getting oversold, 28.5 RSI. Thank you, EAT. So low of this candlestick for Sunni is 744. Yep, Soren, it is pretty brutal, and it's very steep, these drops that we've seen. Let's look at the 2-day on SPY, because we saw this happen on Friday as well. But it's not like they're allowing for any little bounce, any green candlesticks to cool off the RSI. They are just slamming it with everything they have. You can see on this downtrend, no green candles. Let's see how many in a row we got. We have a bullish reversal candlestick forming right now. I'll zoom in on, but 40 minutes of red in a row. 45 minutes of red in a row before any green on SPY on Friday. Currently seeing a bullish reversal candlestick on SPY. We'll see if it holds 2 minutes until this candlestick forms. Sunni is lagging a little bit behind, so this might be, we'll see if we can potentially get a little bit of insight from SPY as to what Sunni is going to do here. So no longer a bullish reversal candlestick on SPY. Sunni RSI is still under 17. Low of the candlestick 744. 745 is trying to hold right now. Saw just about 200,000 shares hit the 05 bid on hemp, and it is holding. Definitely keeping our eye on that level. So we currently have the third candlestick in a row of a higher high on Sunni if 745 holds. And 745 is certainly putting up a fight here the past few minutes, as SPY is continuing to drop down. No bullish reversal sign there. So this is now 35 minutes of red for Sunni. On Friday we saw 45 minutes of red before any sign of a bounce. Or for SPY, that is. And for Sunni, A break of the high of 753 would be bullish. Risk to reward not too shabby down here with a stop loss under 740. But it is still early before the bullish reversal candlesticks form. Break of 753 would be bullish. Yep, that's an unsustainable move down for Sunni. Let's see if we get this 753 break. Didn't happen right then. BIIB bullish reversal candlestick here. Nice hammer, looking for this green to confirm it. So here's SPY seeing a bullish reversal candlestick with 2.5 minutes until it is formed. TTPH 2 cents away from that must hold level of 831. Yeah, AA must have had some news or something. StockTwits had it as one of the trending hit above 980 today pre-market. Nice hold of this key support 927 and 924 100 and 200 period. Holding that well, but still setting lower highs. All about turning the 20-period moving average resistance into support, currently 946. Here's Sunni breaking 753. That's a bullish development. That's a higher high and the third higher low in a row. As we see SPY forming that bullish reversal candlestick. Risk to reward here for Sunni with a stop loss just below 740. Not too shabby. Still just under 2 minutes before this candlestick forms. Doji currently on SPY. Thank you, Monica. So big ask here on Sunni 754. 753 is holding up in the face of it. $20 million volume on Friday, and we're already over half of that, less than an hour into the day. So we're definitely going to see a volume spike here. So 753 holding right now is a bullish sign, and look at that bounce right there. So Sunni looking pretty good. Bullish reversal candlestick on SPY. I want to see a higher high over 190.29. There's Sunni looking good. The high of the previous candlestick was 758. Looking for a break of that for some continued move up. RSI is still under 26. And SPY just negated that bullish reversal candlestick, dropping off to a new low, but Sunni is unaffected. It appears the bounce has already started in Sunni, and it is ignoring what SPY is doing. SPY RSI is 27. Sunni needs to break 758 for a higher high. 757 is some tough resistance right now. VSTM is oversold, but we have support at 207, 206. Need to see a break of 227. So here's Sunni looking for that 758 break. Just touched it, so that is a double top right now. Well, it hit 759, I take that back. So looking good, higher highs, third higher high and higher low in a row. Nice bounce off of that low risk to reward 740s entry. Let me look at the daily chart for VSTM. Big gap down, very oversold for VSTM, so there might be a bounce to be had there, but need to break 727. Here's Sunni into the 760s. Nice 20 cents bounce from its low. Here's TTPH testing that 831 must hold level. Sunni continuing, setting a new high on this bounce. 8-period exponential moving average resistance is 769. Nice bounce on Sunni. Great follow through here. Oversold RSI. See the pattern of higher lows and higher highs and some great follow through here. Nice gains to be made. Big bid at 767 and a big ask at 768. So let's see who wins this battle. The Bulls win. And up to 770s now. 30-cent bounce from the low. Just hit the 8-period exponential moving average resistance at 770. So that's key to watch here as we're dropping now through that big 766 support. See if that breaks. If you are in on this bounce, maybe time to start locking in. SPY, nice bullish reversal. We have the doji at the bottom of a downtrend on the 5-minute chart after being very oversold. Higher high, nice green candlestick confirming the bullish reversal. I'm going to sign off here in 6 minutes. We got a nice bounce on Sunni. Oversold markets, we'll see. Keep your eye on the 20-period moving average resistance, currently 191.17. That is going to be the key to turn into support first. Otherwise, we're going to keep on heading down. TTPH 831 double bottom. If that holds, that will be a nice potential for a bounce point on the daily chart. I know a couple people played Sunni bearish. Did anybody get the bullish bounce? Nice job, Zen. That's how you play it both ways. So here for AA, we have a break of the pattern. We had this high here of 941, so breaking that was bullish. All about the 20-period moving average resistance, currently 944. We saw a high on this candlestick of 946. Nice hold of this support back here, and watching this MACD for a bullish cross down here on the 5-minute. Are you talking about selling, Zach? Selling Sunni? Ah. So we're watching volume here on Sunni decreasing for the previous two candlesticks. If we see a third decreasing candlestick, we will know that is showing a little bit of weakness. You want to see increasing volume on an uptrend if you are bullish. Great trade, Jameer. Correct me if I'm saying that wrong. Nice first day and trade in the chat room. Glad to have you as a part of the community. Awesome trade, Zen. I'm curious where you entered on Tesla, what you were looking at on the 5-minute chart. If it was the break of support of the 100 period, let me know, just out of curiosity. Amazon. Nice bounce, bullish reversal hammer, oversold RSI all the way down at 16. For a big stock like Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, any of those, if the RSI is under 20, it is definitely due for a bounce. So we see the bullish reversal hammer, nice follow through of this green candlestick confirming it. Very low volume would have had me slightly concerned, but the increase in volume, the next candlestick looking great. Resistance 20 period moving average at 515.72, but watching this currently it is a gravestone doji, but over 2 minutes or over 1 minute until this candlestick forms. TTPH lost 831. Unless we can close above 831, it is going to signal that it is in a lot of trouble, just like Sunni. Sunni needs to close over 810 if it wants any hope of bulls sticking around. All those insiders buying Sunni on the bounce, up $9, $10, and now they are certainly quickly in the hole. So Amazon here, third candlestick in a row of increasing volume. I don't want to speak too soon as we still, there it is, okay. So I'm going to sign off the mic here, keep up the webcam on the Fidelity charts, and I will keep talking to you guys in the chat room. I'm going to be doing it best I can to be getting any hemp information, listening into the legislation, seeing if this amendment is getting tacked onto the bill or not. And if not, then that is going to stick a fork in hemp. Watch Sunni for a 770 break. Still maintaining the higher lows pattern. Watch for that to hold. The previous candlestick low was 757. 3 candlesticks of decreasing volume, so definitely running out of steam up here for the bulls. SPY seeing that nice bullish reversal follow through. And that's our morning. Still definitely bearish. We will watch to see the 20 period moving averages, if any of those can get turned into support. That will be step 1 on any kind of bullish move. So thanks for tuning in, and I will continue to talk, and I'll be back on for Power Hour at 8 or at 3 o'clock. And I will keep you posted on anything hemp, as I'm sure many other people will as well. I appreciate everybody's coverage and sharing of information. Glad to have you as a part of the community.